Hi guys, Repty John here. This video today is obviously about my goldfish tank and the changes I've made. Obviously, if you can see now, the biggest changes, there's two kind of big changes. Is one big change, I got a beautiful black oranda, and another change is that this little guy's friend has decided to leave us. I start with the bad news first. My little black oranda, Ranchu, got stuck between the tube and died of suffocation because the water got sucked through out of its gills. So I decided to go buy another one. Not because I lost him, because I always wanted one of these. A bigger one. And as you can see, it's much bigger than my other one. And the water's actually really clear now. I'm not sure if you guys can see how clear that is. Maybe I'll turn this light off. No, that does absolutely nothing. But another big difference is, if you can see why that's like white, is that I actually changed it up. Because see where it's not white, just up there, that's where it ended, and that's where the intake tube was. Move out the way. And that's where the intake tube was, so it was kind of hard to it wasn't sucking up anything, so I put in my filter, my, what do you call it, siphon pipe, cut it off, and it fitted perfectly in there, and it worked really well. So that's the main thing new, other than I also had a nice ornament piece. I had this in there. You see that? I had that in there. That was my ornament piece in there that I kept in there, and I also got these algae wafers. These algae wafers are extremely nutritious for your goldfish, as they need their vegetables too, and that helps them a lot. As you can see, if you want to have a look at him, much bigger than the rest, as you can see, much more beautiful. These looking great as always, and I'm actually just going to feed them now, and all I do to feed them is take this off. As you can see, I'm putting it, okay, I'll put it on the floor for now, which you should never do. And this is all I do. I take, see my siphon pump, and I pop, okay, wait. Take my siphon pump, and see, I just twist the top off, and like the tube comes off. So what I do is I use the tube, and as you can see the tube here, get that, stick that between my legs. I'll just open this, and this is how I feed them. I feed them flakes. I'm getting them pellets, but if you want to feed them, if you still want to feed them flakes, or you've got a whole lot of flakes like I do, and you don't want to waste them, you stick this in the water, like I said. I'll show you. So you stick this here, and okay, see, they already know that food's gonna come. So here, see if I can do this. You can see down that tube pretty well. So see, sorry guys, so this, I'll just grab a bit of a handful. Grab that, and then stick it in the tube. Then you should be able to see it. Some of it comes to the top, and then I just wiggle it around, and see how it's coming under the water, and it's not coming like from up, so they don't have to come to the surface and eat like that one is. But that's not too of a worry, because he's a small one, and air is not going to do too much damage for it. As you can see, it's all coming down, so I can eat and slowly lift that up. That's good. And there you go. And see that going in. And that's really good. Like that, see them eat, and that's all I do to feed them. I don't feed them too much, because you shouldn't feed your goldfish too much, and that's a lot to eat. And I also chuck in one of these, so I'll just see that. And these like little wafers, these are good for your goldfish, because your goldfish obviously isn't eating any vegetables. So just one of them between these goldfish. Let's plonk that in. And see that? They go crazy for that after they smell it. Like, don't expect your goldfish to go straight to it unless they see it, because it's much harder for them to see. And, as you can see, my big one's smelling. He's just sifting through. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a cold here. Yeah. So all I am doing is, guys, I took that ornament out because it was too big in that thing, and my big goldfish was having a bit of a hard time swimming around it. And this is, like I said, a 2-foot thing, and that's too small for your big goldfish. So don't worry, I'm changing it soon. I'm getting a 3-foot tank, so shouldn't be worried too much about that. So let's see, have a look at them up close feeding. So that's what goldfish do if you don't know, but that's pretty obvious. So don't let them gasp air, and that's also another reason why that sinks, because it prevents them from gasping air. And another good thing, if your goldfish, when I first got this big Oranda, my black one, he first put him in the thing, he gasped a lot of air. He was floating around on his side, looked like he was dead, but he's obviously not. But I got it quite worried, and I called the pet shop and was like, what's happening? And they said, like, I knew that, but I was just checking if he was wrong, anything wrong there. I bought it from City Farmers, so check them out if you're around Australia or Brisbane. Underwood, Capella Garden, no, not Garden City. Underwood, Capella, I forget the other place. And Beanley, great place. As you can see, my big black one's eating it. Great place to shop. So I was worried, like, see, he was doing that a lot. Like, I mean a lot, but that's how he turned, so I wasn't too worried about that. And, but he was actually swimming upside down, so I'm like, oh, what's going on? Is he okay? But, he had a bit of a swim bladder problem of, like, him gasping a bit too much air, so he was, like, just floating around a lot. But don't worry, that will settle down. I fed him peas for 4 days straight. No, I've only had him for 3 days. So 3 days I had him, I just fed him peas, and this is the first day he's actually eating goldfish food. So, that's good for him. But he, as you can see, he is fine. I'm pretty sure it's a boy. It kind of looks like a girl from there, so I'm waiting to see. I'm not sure if you can see it on this one. It's breeding stars, but trying to have a look now. But, yeah, it's okay. So, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about my new goldfish, and I'm getting a 3-foot tank soon. And as you can see, with this intake tube, it has worked a charm. Can you see all that debris and stuff? You can't really see it, but it is a huge amount. And it's so simple, and it doesn't take away from the effect of the tank or anything. As you can see, it's there. So, guys, thank you so much. I've got 155 subscribers, 153. That's what it looks like. Just in the corner. So obviously my bird is up. I'm not sure if I said that in my last video, but this is actually a male bird. So Violet scrapped the name. His name's Jim. But I've named him Jim. Just a pretty cool name, so I thought I'd name him Jim. And that's about it. So like, I'll show you on the birds. I'll do another video on the birds. But can you see its thing on the top of its nose? It's called a seer. But see how it's blue? That means it's a boy. Blue for boys, brown for girls, because girls are brown. I'm joking. But on top of their nose, so you know that for a budgie, that like a female budgie has a brown nose, a male budgie has a blue nose. So yeah, so but that's it, guys. They are my goldfish. I'll be updating you guys pretty soon on Zeus and Hera, and show you how they're doing. Zeus and Hera has grown a lot, and excited for you guys to see it. So this is Repty John, and I'm out.